Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be unboxing the Fall 2021 Orly Color Pass. Now, if you've been following these at all, you'll know that this is my fourth Color Pass unboxing, which means that it is the end of my subscription because the subscription is either season to season, you can pay, or you do a full year for $119, and the season to season is $36. So you save a little bit with the full year Color Pass, which is why I did it. And so now I'm going to go through the unboxing and review like I normally do, but then at the end I'm going to show you a comparison of everything I've received through the whole year, as well as talk about the pros and cons, and then if I'm going to resubscribe to this box. So I'm just really excited to get into this, and I will talk to you after we see the swatches. So by now we're all familiar with this fun little pink box. And as always, very well packed, nothing moving around in transit. On top, like usual, we have the card that just shows everything that's inside, as well as a quick nail art tutorial and just a little blurb talking about the collection. This one is called Wild Natured. Underneath that, we have our extra goodies here. The first thing is a mini nail polish. Now, I think not everybody got the same color. Mine is Shift Happens, which you can see is on my nails. And then you also get this quick dry spray called Spritz Dry, and you will get the pleasure of seeing me try this out later in the video, not in the way it's intended. And then finally, the star of the show is the 6-piece Wild Natured collection. Just a bunch of beautiful, not quite jewel tones, I guess you could say. So first up, we have Blue Tango. This blue is very similar to one that I kind of showcased in my picks for summer colors, so kind of interesting that it popped up here in like a fall collection. On that first coat, it does look a little bit sheer and almost jelly-like, but once you pop that second coat on, it completely covers up the nail line here. They do have that like squishy, bright, glossy finish that a jelly tends to have, but without that nail line, which is nice. And this is probably the best live swatch I'm going to do. You're going to see me get really wild with some of the live swatches. I didn't have this problem when I was taking the photos, as you'll see, but up next we have In Full Plume, and I don't know why this one just kind of reminds me of a peacock color, but are peacocks even this color? I'm not really sure. I can't visualize one in my head. This one has pretty good coverage on that first coat, almost full coverage, but I think, like I said, it's because I was getting a little bit too insane with the amount of polish I was putting on my brush. But yeah, with that second coat, completely full. Yep, there we go. Flooded the cuticles with the worst color you could flood your cuticles with because it just stains your skin. This is not a reflection on the polishes themselves, just my really bad ability to judge. After breaking a nail, like whenever I break a nail, I just cannot judge how much polish needs to be on the brush for a really long time. And then next we have my favorite of the collection. This is Wild Willow. Kind of an army-ish green, very natural looking green. I really enjoy these types of greens right now. You've probably seen a lot of them come into my collection. Again, a little bit like streaky looking, a little bit sheer in some areas on that first coat, but again, it's going to cover right up on the second. I don't think I saw a nail line on any of these except for the next one, even after 2 coats. But yeah, look at that solid full coverage. I don't know why I felt like I needed to go in and put more on because it was fine. Hillary, just relax. And just looks really beautiful under the light. Up next, we have Lion's Ear, and this is, like I said, the only one that I think is still sheer after 2 coats. Probably could have benefited from a third. You'll see just like boom, you can see like this full-on white of my free edge there. I had to look this up because I was kind of like, lion's ear, what is that? I didn't realize it's a flower, and that's what made me realize, like, I think all of these are named after flowers for the most part, but there I go again, flooding my cuticles, and you're going to watch me try to salvage this, but it just keeps on flooding. It was not not a good swatch fest for me there. But I did fine when I took this picture. I don't know what my deal was today. I think I was being impatient. The next one is Bird of Paradise, and this one, as much as I like the color, when I look at it compared to all the other tones, it just feels very much like a traffic cone. Very bright in a way that the rest of them are not. Like, the rest are bright in a very rich feeling way, if that makes any sense. This one is just like, I am a safety vest. But still a fun color. I mean, I probably have like 9,000 iterations of this kind of traffic cone orange, but what's one more for the collection? And then the final polish in this collection is called String of Hearts. This one is like a kind of a berry-ish color. It looks purple in the bottle, but like once you get it on the nails, I feel like it leans a little bit more of a like traditional berry tone. It reminds me of like a lot of lipstick colors, actually. I feel like this would be one of those polishes you want to match to your lips. I think that would be fun. But again, very good coverage on 2 coats. They're all pretty consistent except for that lion's ear one. And it just looks really pretty good fall color in my opinion. So what did you guys think of the Wild Natured collection? Are you going to pick it up? Are you interested? If you are, you do have until October 14th to subscribe in order to get this box. And then after that, on the 15th is when they begin shipping the holiday boxes. And I threw a link down below where you can shop this. It's not affiliated or anything. It's just trying to make it easier on you guys, right? So what are my thoughts on this particular box? I like it. I really like these kind of more vibrant, jewelier leaning tones for fall. I think it's fun. I think it is kind of easing you out of the brights of summer in a way that makes sense for fall as a season. And I'm glad it wasn't just a bunch of like dark, murky, like browns and stuff like that, because the weather has been so sad here. This is like the first sunny day in a while, but the weather's been so sad. I don't think I could do a bunch of like dark, sad colors for fall. I just can't do it. I did find it a little bit disappointing that all 6 are, again, creams, which the past 2 boxes have been. Only the holiday box had any kind of differences, so there was that. But my favorite is definitely Wild Willow. I've just been really attracted to greens lately. I've been on a green kick. I don't know what that's about. I probably need to like cut myself off from buying green polishes because I've been buying some that look eerily too similar to each other. So, but yeah, Wild Willow is my favorite, but I also really love this In Full Plume, but I am so afraid to wear it because these types of like tealy blues stain my nails so bad and the skin around them just for days and days. Even if I wear a peel-off base coat, it just stains right through it. So, I don't know. Do you guys have any tips on how to not stain your nails while wearing a teal, or is it just a me problem? Now, as far as the extra items in this box go, I didn't really see why they included like an extra polish. I would have rather had some kind of like nail art or nail care tool, but obviously I like this color. I'm wearing it on my nails. And I do like the Orly minis because these are pretty large, as you can see. I mean, let's just compare the heights of the full size and the mini are almost the same. And the cap is actually just a little bit longer. And I do find that the brush is really easy to work with, which is the biggest reason I usually have an issue with minis is the brushes are just bad. They're so tiny, they just don't do it justice, but this brush is almost, I think, the exact same size as the ones in the full-size bottles, so I'm glad they included this, but I do believe that it is not the same mini in everybody's box because I did see Cork Manicures unboxed hers on Instagram stories, and I think she had a totally different color. So if you do get this box, you might not get this particular polish. And the other thing we got, this Orly Spritz Dry. It says dries lacquer with a spritz. I haven't tried this. I almost tried it yesterday, but then I just didn't do it because I did buy a while ago this OPI Rapid Dry, And I'm gonna be honest, like this one, oh, it smells so bad. So I kind of wanted to see like how does this one smell in comparison. So let's take a look here. Oh my God. I can taste it. I should not have done that. I should not have done that. Very strong. It's like in my throat. Oh, that was a bad. It's on my hands. Man, today's rough, you guys. That ruined my whole day. Oh, it's got a nice after scent though. Maybe if I spray it, it's not gonna be as... Yeah, okay. When you spray it, smells fine. It has like a nice light kind of like, there's some kind of scent added to it, I think, that makes it smell nice. Do not smell it directly in the bottle. My throat burns a little bit. So yeah, now I'm really scared to try that because I just like scarred myself with it. But I'm hoping that it will work nicely. It does say on the back, dry nail lacquer instantly with no oily residue. It does have vitamin E and some oils to help your skin. I'm gonna say right now, I do feel a little bit of oil after I spilled it all over myself. So I'm not so sure if it doesn't leave an oily residue, but it's not a like super overly oily residue. So I think it's tolerable. So I guess the big question now is, am I gonna resubscribe? I overall have had a really good experience with this box. I like Orly as a brand, but I just want to give you some of the pros and cons. I have a list, over here because I can't remember 6 points because my brain is fried. But some of the pros that I would say are shipping is incredibly fast. When they say it ships on the 15th of every month, it ships on the 15th of every month. I get a notification on the 15th, it's shipped. It usually takes like 3 to 4 days to arrive at my place. And like, I think this is the longest one that ever took to arrive. It said it was supposed to arrive on Thursday, didn't arrive until Saturday. But aside from that, like, they go real quick. They are very efficient. It's also a massive discount. If you were going to buy the all, what is it? Oh, I can't count. All 24 of the polishes individually, it would be like $228. I think I did the math at some point. But buying them like this, it's $119 if you buy, all 4 boxes up front. So it's half off the polishes essentially, plus you get some extra stuff, which I'm going to go into and compare some of the extras and talk pricing on that in a second. And you get polishes before anybody else, you get to see the collection before really anybody else does, which is, if you are interested in that kind of a thing, if you like that exclusivity, that is a big pro. For me, I like to have them because as quickly as I do, because then I can make these videos and share them with you guys so that you can have a lot of time to make a decision. Do I really want this or not? And these videos surprisingly get pretty decent views on my channel if I pop them up fast enough, because everybody's looking to see what's in the new color pass. The last pro, which I guess I already said, was just all the bonus items. So let me just run through some of the bonus items for you. So in the first box I had, the Opulent Obsessions, which was winter, I got some pins, and I cut the pin backs off and I turned them into little magnets here for my Helmer drawers. And these retail on their website for $30, which that's kind of expensive for these little pin backs, but some of these like nicer pins are more expensive, so I don't doubt that they're a little bit overcharged, but still pretty good deal. You got $30 pins and the Orly Argan Oil Cuticle Drops, which I really like these. I actually have to force myself to use other nail oils because I just want to use only this forever. I just want to use it all up. And I know I have so many other nail oils that I need to use and try out and stuff too. So I try to set those on the back burner. And then the next quarter, Catch You Later, I got a keychain, which it's like an old, it reminds me of like an old motel key like thing they would give you. And it just says Catch You Later. This retails on their website for $10. And I also got the Orly Bonder base, full size. And this one is $12, which this is my favorite base coat. I already have like a full bottle of it, so I know I'll use this. In the next box, they only gave one item, if I recall correctly, and it is the Orly Second Dry top coat. It is pretty quick drying. I did use it yesterday just to remind myself how I liked it. The one thing I really found annoying, actually there's a couple things I found annoying about this, and one is it's very thin. So the first nail I went to top coat, I completely flooded the cuticle because I just didn't expect it to be as thin as it was. It's really watery. And the other thing too is I usually wait like 5 to 10 minutes before I top coat my nails and I never have an issue. This, even after that amount of time, it still kind of dragged the polish and it made like really obvious like swirls where I was dragging the brush. So it seems like it pulls the polish a little bit, but then once it dries, it doesn't have any noticeable streaking, at least not on my nails. But it does have kind of a weird finish. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, it almost looks just too thin on the nails. Oh, and this retailed for $12. And then for this box that I just showed you, the Orly minis, I couldn't find them on their website. I don't know if I was just searching really badly, but they did have like a 2 for $10 deal. So I'm going to assume that each mini is like $5. And then the Spritz Dry, the 2-ounce bottle is $7, and I can still taste it. So that's fun. But yeah, so you can see the holiday box had like the highest dollar value for the bonus add-ons, but I feel like every single box had pretty decent add-ons. Even when like they had one thing that really wasn't nail related, it was like only nail adjacent, like the keychain or the pins. They also included something that was nail related, so like the argan oil drops and the base coat. So you still got an extra nail thing, even if you got also kind of like a trinket, you know? Okay, so that is all my pros. So let's get into the cons of this box. I think the first big con for a lot of people would just be that you don't know what you're getting until you get it, which I guess is the case for a lot of subscription boxes. You know, when you do Ipsy and BoxyCharm and all that, but even those are now kind of allowing you either like sneak previews or you get to pick your own add-ons and stuff like that. With this, it's you get what you get. Everybody gets pretty much the same thing, aside from, you know, like this is a variation in color, but you know, everybody's getting the new collection. Whether you see it beforehand or not, that's what you get. And so some people might not like that. For me, I don't mind the mystery because I know that I enjoy this brand. I know that I like their formulas and all that, so I'm not too concerned, and it's not like I didn't sign up for this, you know, I knew what I was signing up for. But some people who prefer to kind of curate their collection a little bit more closely than someone who plays a little fast and loose like me might not like that kind of mystery, and they might not know what to do. Like you might absolutely hate the color blue on your nails, and like with this collection, you got 2 kind of blues right here that are just straight out. So now you can only use 4 of the 6 polishes, like 2/3 of the collection. Some people might like this just to give away a couple, but I think most people, they want to use what they're paying for. So that might be a big con for you. The other con is that the buy-in might be just a little bit steep for some budgets. You know, the $36 every quarter probably isn't too bad. But fronting $119 right off the bat all at once, it's just not feasible for some people, which, you know, is understandable. It's a lot to expect all at once versus spread out over the course of a year. So that might be a big deterrent for some people, which I can totally understand. But, you know, stay within your budget. Don't break your budget for nail polish. You know what I mean? And the third problem is the con that I kind of ran into myself was I don't find their website to be very intuitive when it comes to my account. I don't even think I have an account linked to this. I don't know what happened, but when I moved, I was like, oh crap, I have a color pass that's supposed to come in this quarter. It's gonna ship to my old apartment. And so I was trying to figure out how to log in and change my subscription information, because every other subscription service I've had, you can just go in online and change your address and you're done. But I couldn't do that here. Like, the one link I did find, it was like log in, and I tried to log in and it was like, you don't have an account. I was like, well, that's weird. And I tried to, say like, forgot my password, send me my password to my email. And they're like, there's no account associated with that email. And I was like, well, I don't know what to tell you, because this is the account you billed, or the email you sent the bill to, so I don't really know. But I did end up finding out you just email customer service, and then they take like a couple days to do it, and then they send you a confirmation response email, and you're all set. But it just seems like a little bit of too much work to do for something that is so easily remedied by just having an online account. And lastly, this is not necessarily a con for everybody, but I just found it to be a bit of a kind of a letdown. And that is, out of the 24 polishes, 19 of them were creams. And like the holiday collection had 1 cream and like 5 glitters or unusual finishes and that sort of thing, but everything else was a cream. And some people, they only want to wear creams. They really only like creams. They feel the most comfortable wearing them. But I guess for me, when I'm doing kind of a subscription service, it's because I want to try a bunch of different stuff and I want to see a wide variety of things. And, they release colors based on the seasons very well, I feel, and they fit their themes really well. I just wish that they had a little bit more pizzazz when they did it. Okay, so up next, I'm just going to show you guys a quick comparison of all of the collections so you can see what they look like next to each other. I have a swatch wheel laid out for you so you can kind of see how the collections differ and maybe look a little bit similar. And then we'll just talk a little bit more at the end about what I'm going to do next. So here's a swatch wheel and some swatch sticks of all 24 of the polishes. You can see pretty good variety, aside from, I think only 2 really were very close, and it's gonna be that orange and these 2 teals. And these are just from specifically this collection and the previous collection, or no, not the previous, the spring collection, the Happy Camper. So just 2 overlapping, really. I think that's not so bad for 24 polishes, as you can see them all laid out here from the top to the bottom. We have the top row is the holiday collection, the next row is the spring collection, the third row is the summer neons that we got last time, and at the very bottom are the ones that we just got. So the big question really at the top of this video is, will I resubscribe? And I think the answer is, well, I don't think, I know, because I already did it. The answer is yes. I will, whatever you want to say, resubscribe to the Orly Color Pass. I think that as much as I felt a little bit disappointed by the lack of diverse finishes, I really like all the colors they sent. I think they're really pretty. I like Orly's formula. I like the way that they do collections. I like that they're very concise. It's like you get 6 polishes 4 times a year and that is it, buddy. Like, it's just really to the point. And sometimes, you just need that. Sometimes some collections from like, OPI and like China Glaze and stuff like that, they're like 12 pieces or whatever at a minimum. And they release like 2 to 3 like a season, it feels like, and it can be really overwhelming. And so sometimes it's just nice to look at a brand who's like, nope, you get 6. Sorry, guys. And I like that. It's really... It whelms me. It doesn't overwhelm me. It doesn't underwhelm me. I'm just whelmed. I'm like right in the middle. You know what I mean? I don't even know what I mean, so I hope you do. But yeah, I am definitely already resubscribed, and I look forward to making more color pass videos as the year progresses, and just to see, I'm kind of excited to see what the holiday box will look like compared to last holiday. Hopefully it's not all creams, right? But yeah, let me know down below in the comments. Do you have any questions about the color pass? Have you had any concerns about it, that you are thinking of subscribing, but something's holding you back and you want some feedback about that, let me know. I love to talk to you guys in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.